the other big guy shop. I don't know where it's at.
Please stand. The Lord be with you. Let us pray. O Lord our God, creator of the universe and guide, today we come to give you thanks for the graduates of St. John's College, whose journey has been shaped by your mercy and shaped by your grace. We ask you today that you bless the gift you have given them and bless those who have prepared them for this season in their life. We ask that you grant them wisdom to discern your holy will, courage to follow the paths of righteousness, and humility to serve with kindness and love. May the learning that they have received here be a lamp unto their feet and a light to their pathway. Guide them to act justly, to love with mercy, and to walk humbly with you. Father, we ask you to fill them with your Spirit, that they may testify to your truth in thought, in word, and in deed. That they may work for peace, they may work for justice and mercy in every area of their life, and that they may use the talent that you have given them to build up your kingdom here on earth. Protect them in times of challenge, sustain them in moments of doubt, and surround them with your presence as they begin this new career, as they begin this new service. May they remember their community, and may they act with generosity and remain steadfast in faith. We lift up their families to you today, all those who have mentored them, their friends, praying that your steadfast love will continue to support and sustain them all. We ask this all in the name of God, who is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Please remain standing as we invite Ms. Morgan Mayers to the podium to lead us in the national anthem and the pledge.
I pledge my allegiance to the flag and to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, for which it stands, one people united in love and service. I would now like to invite our head girl, Kaisha Andrews, to the stage with the welcome. Thank you, Morgan Mares, for leading our national pledge. Please be seated as you have. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sail, explore, dream, discover. Mark Twain. The Right Reverend and Right Honorable Bishop Laish Z. Boyd, Diocesan Bishop of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands, and Mrs. Boyd, Chairman of the Anglican Central Education Authority, Dean Emeritus Harry Bain, Director of Education, Mr. Alfonso Major Jr., Deputy Director of Education, Mrs. Leilani Burrows, members of the Anglican Central Education Authority, Mr. Quinn McCartney, Principal of St. John's College, Mrs. Junann Lewis, Principal of St. Anne's School, Mrs. Cecile Campbell, Principal of Bishop Michael Eldon School, Mrs. Tamara Monka, Principal of St. Andrew's Anglican School, Exuma, Vice Principals, Mr. Leon Mars and Mrs. Cherise Evans, visiting vice principals and the administration of our sister schools, chaplain and dean of students, Father Peter Ferguson, senior assistants, members of the faculty and staff, chairman, Mr. Kevin Ryan, and the members of the school board, PTA president, Mr. Sean Evans, and the members of the PTA executive, Dr. Cyprian Strawn, president of the Alumni Association and distinguished alumni, Mrs. Duranda Minis Springer, distinguished alumna of the class of 2006, and our commencement speaker, Mr. Springer and the baby Rowan Springer, parents, guardians, family members, well-wishers, invited guests, and my fellow graduates of class of 2026, good morning and welcome. My name is Kaisha Andrews, the head girl, honor roll student, and proud member of the graduating class of 2026. It is both my privilege and honor to welcome you to this commencement exercise on behalf of my classmates and the entire St. John's College community. Today is more than a ceremony. It is a culmination of the years of hard work, perseverance, faith, sacrifice, and growth. It is a celebration of lessons learned, friendships formed, challenges overcome, and dreams pursued. Most importantly, it is a moment that reminds us that every step of our journey has prepared us for what lies ahead. Our theme, Route 26, Driven by Dreams, Fueled by Purpose, perfectly captures the spirit of the class of 2026. As Bahamians, we understand the importance of navigation. Surrounded by some of the most beautiful waters in the world, we know that every successful voyage requires a destination, a compass, and the courage to venture beyond the familiar. In the same way, our dreams have been our compass, guiding us towards our aspirations, while our purpose has been fueled that has kept us moving forward through every and triumph. Like sailors crossing our turquoise seas, we have experienced both calm waters and turbulent storms. There were moments of uncertainty, moments when the destination seemed distant, and moments when giving up might have seemed easier. Yet, every challenge strengthened our resolve. Every lesson expanded our horizon, and every experience helped shape the individuals we are today. The quotation from Mark Twain reminds us not to allow fear to anchor us in safe harbors. Instead, we are called to embrace opportunity, pursue our passions, and venture boldly into the future. As graduates of St. John's College, we stand ready to do exactly that. To our parents and guardians, thank you for your unwavering support, your sacrifices, and your steadfast belief in us, and encouragement. It has been the wind beneath our sails throughout this journey. To our teachers, administration, and staff, thank you for your dedication, patience,
and commitment to our success. You have challenged us to think critically, act responsibly, and strive for excellence in all that we do. To our alumni and supporters, thank you for carrying John's College legacy with pride and for inspiring us through our achievements and your service. And to my fellow graduates, today we celebrate more than an academic accomplishment. We celebrate our growth as leaders, scholars, servants, and citizens. Together, we have overcome obstacles, embraced opportunities, and reached this milestone through determination and faith. As we prepare to leave these halls and embark on our new journeys, may we continue to be guided by our dreams, strengthened by our purpose, and grounded in the values that St. John's College has instilled in us. May we have the courage to explore new horizons, the wisdom to make meaningful contributions, and the faith to trust God's plan for our lives. Thank you for joining us on this memorable occasion. Your presence makes this celebration all the more meaningful. Welcome to the St. John's College commencement exercise for the class of 2026, a class truly driven by dreams and fueled by purpose. Please stand as we welcome our principal, Mr. Quinn McCartney, as he presents the 2025 to 2026 Principal's Report. Thank you and welcome.
Pleasant good morning. Please be seated. I know our head girl, our distinguished head girl, Ms. Andrews, has already established protocol, but there are just a few people that I would like to acknowledge, so please bear with me if you've heard some of the names before. But it's important for us to identify and recognize those persons who join us this morning. I do apologize for the weather. We had asked for a cold front to come over this morning, but I guess my prayers weren't strong enough, but we do sincerely apologize for the warmth that we feel this morning. I also want to establish a few rules of protocol, please, as we begin our proceedings. And I know that I'm going to get some feedback, but we're asking you to please refrain from using horns and cowbells and other items during the ceremony. On instructions from the bishop and the director, if you are too loud and too disrespectful to our proceedings, we will stop the proceedings. Yes, we will. I hear some feedback, and sometimes I wonder why we have issues from our children if this is the kind of feedback I'm getting from parents. But I will say what I will have to say, and I will do what we have to do. As the director has indicated, we owe you one thing, and that's to provide a good education for your children. Diplomas, trophies, and other things can be collected from the office. We do a ceremony as a courtesy for you. I'm only asking that you please respect the protocols that we have here this morning. The Right Reverend and Right Honorable Bishop Blaise Boyd, our diocesan bishop, the Reverend Harry Bain, Dean Emeritus and Chairman of the Anglican Central Education Authority, Mr. Alfonso Major Jr., Director of Education, the Reverend Father Peter Ferguson, Chaplain and Dean of Students here at St. John's College, the Reverend Father Neil Nairn, Chaplain and Dean of Students at St. Anne's School, Mrs. Junan Lewis, Mrs. Tamara Monka, and Mrs. Cecile Campbell, principals of our sister schools, St. Anne's, St. Andrews, and BMES. Mr. Kester Thompson, Ms. Ancha Humes, Mr. Nair, Mrs. Lydia Cartwright-Powell, vice principals of our sister schools, members of the Anglican Central Education Authority, members of the school board and their chairman, Mr. Kevin Ryan, Mr. Sean Evans, and executives of the PTA, Mr. Cyprian Strawn, president of the Alumni Association, and members of the vibrant St. John's College Alumni Association, parents, guardians, grandparents, family members of our graduates, our faculty and staff of both the primary and secondary departments, members of the distinguished class of 2026, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a pleasant good morning. Pleasant good morning. My job this morning is to provide you with a synopsis of our year in, and I'm now going to ask for the video to be shown. Pleasant. Good morning. It is both an honor and a privilege to present my second annual report as principal of St. John's College, the distinguished school of choice. Today, we do more than review a school year. We celebrate a story of perseverance, excellence, faith, service, leadership, and achievement. A story written by 1,096 students, dedicated educators, supportive parents, faithful alumni, and a community committed to ensuring that our giants continue to lead, serve, soar. When the 2025-2026 academic year began, our campus came alive with the excitement of more than 1,000 students who crossed our gates on the first day, carrying new backpacks, new dreams, and perhaps, for some parents, a few tissues. Enrollment stood at 1,096, representing a remarkable 16.5% increase over the previous year. This growth is not merely a statistic. It is a vote of confidence in our mission, our faculty, and our future. This year also marked important transitions in leadership. I extend sincere gratitude to our administrative team, Vice Principals Mr. Leon Mars and Ms. Sharice Evans, Senior Master Mr. Edwin Embleton, Senior Mistress Ms. Eureka Hutchison, Head of Middle School Mrs. Carla Smith, Senior Mistress Mrs. Chantel McCarthy. Together, they helped steer our institution through another successful year. Throughout the year, our students embodied our theme, Lead, Serve, Soar. Leadership was visible everywhere. More than 60 student leaders accepted the challenge of representing their peers with integrity and distinction. From prefects and student council members to house captains and sports leaders, they became ambassadors of giant pride. Academically, our students continued to shine. At our academic awards ceremony in September, 107 students were inducted into the prestigious Emerald Club. 40 students received certificates of academic achievement, while numerous students earned national examination distinctions. Our grade 12 students continued to build on the strong BGCSE performances. Our current grade 10 students rated excellence in the BJC examinations, and our newest secondary students impressed with exceptional GLAD performances in grade 6. Yet beyond grades and awards, what we truly celebrate is a culture of scholarship, a culture where excellence is expected and achievement is applauded. The story of academic excellence continued throughout the year. Across grades 3 through 12, 250 students achieved Emerald Club status for the Michaelmas term by earning averages of 85% or higher. This represents one of the strongest academic performances in recent memory. We also proudly recognized our teachers, whose students achieved outstanding national examination results. Their success reminds us that great schools are built by great teachers.
One of our proudest moments came through the achievements of our students beyond the classroom. Jada Adams, for example, represented St. John's College in the Bahamas Primary School Student of the Year Awards, placing 22nd out of 123 nominees nationwide while earning a scholarship and a laptop. Franklin Russell emerged as a top student in the Bahamas Institute of Financial Services G12 program. Liam Smith successfully completed the program along with him. Our debaters captured the National Debate Zone Championship, and Liara Gilbert was named Best Speaker. Our World Scholars Cup teams represented us internationally in Slovenia and at Yale University at the Tournament of Champions. Wherever giants traveled, excellence traveled with them. As an Anglican institution, faith remains central to who we are. Throughout the year, our students worshipped together, celebrated Holy Eucharist, participated in the Founders' Day Mass, Harvest Thanksgiving, Ash Wednesday observance, the Advent Carol service, Green Mass, and the ACA Baccalaureate service. These moments reminded us that education is not only about developing minds, it is also about nurturing hearts and strengthening character. This department continued to provide exceptional support for students and families through counseling, career development, anti-bullying initiatives, mental health seminars, suicide prevention activities, and parent engagement programs. They helped ensure that our students were supported academically, socially, and emotionally. Our primary department continued to flourish. From the Early Learning Center through grade 6, students experienced engaging, hands-on learning opportunities that foster curiosity, creativity, confidence, and academic growth. Whether through literacy initiatives, STEM projects, cultural celebrations, career day, Mardi Gras activities, or classroom innovation, our youngest giants demonstrated tremendous promise. Our secondary department likewise enjoyed an outstanding year. Across business studies, humanities, languages, mathematics, science, physical education, and practical studies, students benefited from innovative teaching, meaningful experiences, and opportunities to excel in traditional classroom worlds. The Business Expo generated record-breaking revenues while showcasing entrepreneurial talent. Tourism students participate in their national programs. Science students engage in virtual reality, marine science experiences, and environmental leadership initiatives. Modern language students celebrated language and culture. Mathematics students continued a tradition of excellence. Each department contributed meaningfully to the success of our school. The arts also continued to flourish. Our primary department dazzled audiences with Chankuru Jammed Christmas, while our drama club delivered the outstanding production Choices, A Journey Through Decisions. The production choices showcase the extraordinary talent of our students and actors. The arts continued to flourish. Our primary department dazzled audiences with Jankuru Jam Down Christmas, while our drama club delivered the outstanding Choices, A Journey Through Decisions. The productions showcase the extraordinary talents of our actors, musicians, dancers, technicians, and production team. It reminded us that education must engage not only the intellect, but also creativity and imagination. Under the theme Spelling Reimagined, Spelling Boldly, Soaring with Excellence, we held our 2025 Spelling Bee competition in October. The theme was chosen to reignite a passion for the spelling bee to inspire our students to see spelling not just as a memorization of words, but as an opportunity to expand their vocabulary, sharpen their focus, and build confidence in expressing themselves. Ethan Mather from grade 8, Jada Adams from grade 6, and Jayla Kemp from grade 8 represented our school at the BISS Spelling Bee competition. Ethan finished 5th overall. Athletics provided some of our most exciting moments. Our inter-house track and field ships once again united our school community in healthy competition. Markham House emerged victorious, but every house contributed to an unforgettable event. Our Early Learning Center Sports Day reminded us that future Olympians may already be amongst us. Our basketball program enjoyed tremendous success. The senior boys captained the BASS championship and completed an undefeated season. The senior girls reached another championship final. Our junior boys basketball team captured tournament honors, and our junior girls continued their tradition of excellence. Across every level, our student athletes demonstrated resilience, discipline, and giant pride. Track and field continued its return to prominence. The 2026 BASS Championships marked a major turning point for the St. John's College athletics. The Giants track team has firmly reestablished themselves as one of the top track teams in the country. This year, the team won more gold medals than in the previous years combined. Across all divisions, athletes earned 13 gold medals, 3 silver medals, and 10 bronze medals. Additional accomplishments include the breaking of BASS records by both the boys 4x100 and 4x400 meter relay teams. The 4x400 meter team also recorded the second fastest time in the under 17 category. Jose Johnson continued to demonstrate exceptional giant pride by breaking 3 individual records during the season. Alexia Strawn and Mackenzie Henfield also continue to emerge as future stars of the program. 5 Giants made the 2026 Bahamas Carifta team: Jose Johnson, Ashley Demerit, Sean Ferguson, Cordell Monroe, and Aiden Musgrove. The St. John's College family proudly celebrates Jose Johnson, our grade 10 student, for her outstanding performance in the 2026 Carifta Games in Grenada. Jose captured an impressive 4 medals: gold in the under 17 girls 4x100 meter relay, gold in the under 17 girls long jump, gold in the under 17 triple jump, and silver in the under 17 girls 100 meters. The under 17 4x100 meter relays team performed well and was nothing short of historic, setting a new Carifta record in the event. St. John's College is also proud to celebrate Ashley Demerit Jr., who delivered an outstanding performance at the Carifta Games, earning a silver medal in the under 17 octathlon. Athletes competed with distinction locally, nationally, and nationally, reinforcing St. John's College's historic reputation as one of the premier athletic institutions in the Bahamas. Service remains one of the defining characteristics of St. John's College. Our Builders Club demonstrated extraordinary commitment through campus improvement projects, charitable givings, and community outreach. Their efforts were recognized internationally with distinguished awards, including Distinguished Club and Individual Honors for Giselle Bowie. Their example reminds us that true leadership is measured not by what we achieve for ourselves, but what we do for others. As we reflect on the year, we recognize that none of these accomplishments happened by accident. To our faculty and staff, thank you for your dedication, professionalism, and sacrifice. To our parents and guardians, thank you for your entrusting your children with us. To our ACA leadership, the school board, the PTA, alumni, donors, and supporters, thank you for your confidence and partnership. And to our students, thank you for reminding us every day why this work matters. To the class of 2026, this report is ultimately your story. You have grown academically, spiritually, socially, and personally. You have represented your school with distinction. You have demonstrated resilience, leadership, and excellence. As you leave these halls, remember that you will always be giants. Carry your values with you. Lead with courage. Serve with humility. Soar without limits. In closing, I am reminded of our motto, Respicate, Adspicate, Prospicate. Look back with gratitude. Look around with wisdom. Look forward with hope. The future of St. John's College is bright. The future of our students is even brighter. May God continue to bless St. John's College, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and each member of our giant family. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Before we go on with our program, I'd like to ask all faculty and staff members of this great school to please stand so that you can acknowledge them. Please, all our faculty and staff members, please stand. These are the persons who pour into your children each and every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much, faculty and staff. I now invite to the podium our head boy, Mr. Brent Albury, who will deliver the head boy's remarks.
Have you ever noticed that when you miss a turn, the GPS doesn't scream at you? It doesn't punish you, nor does it say, "I told you so." Instead, it simply recalculates your route onto a brand new path towards the same destination. Standing on the already established protocol, specially invited guests, members of the school administration, teachers, relatives, friends, and my fellow graduates of the unstoppable, tenacious, resilient, groundbreaking class of 2026, a pleasant good morning. My name is Brent Albury, head boy of the class of 2026, and today I stand before you all filled with immense honor, the utmost gratitude, and unwavering appreciation to reflect upon our journey under the theme, Route 26, driven by dreams, fueled by purpose. The analogy I began with is a fitting reflection of our time here at St. John's College. It serves not only as a representation of the obstacles we encountered, but of the growth which molded us along the way. It symbolizes that our journey was never a perfectly straight road, but how along this route we stumbled upon many detours, numerous unexpected roadblocks, and far, far too many memories that when our plans did not unfold how we imagined. Yet, like a GPS, we mastered the art of recalculation. We adapted to new circumstances, grew through adversity, and continued moving forward toward our common destination, greatness. For us, Route 26 is more than a theme. It is a narrative driven by our dreams in every mile we traveled and fueled by our purpose in every turn we took. Today is not just about an individual achievement, it is also about the people that stood beside us. Today marks a milestone in our lives, a moment where we pause, look back on the path we've taken, and begin to consider the roads that lie ahead. Approximately 288 days, 1 hour, and 45 minutes ago, we all started and revved up our engines. There it was, our last day of high school, the beginning of our final lap together. Some would say we started our senior year with all gas, no brakes. And that statement is as close to the truth as you can get. In October, we fueled up our journey with the installation of our student leaders. And I must say, on behalf of the prefects and top six, it was both an honor and privilege to have served as your senior student leaders for this academic year. Fast forward to December, when we participated in our last Advent Carol service. From sitting in the audience to standing on the stage one last time, we embraced every moment of that experience. And as we all know, Everything that could have possibly gone wrong that night went wrong. But in the end, we turned that night into a memory we'll laugh about and cherish for years to come. Soon thereafter, we approached our last sports day, and the roar of support echoed throughout the old Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. In the end, the best house in St. John's College, Markham House, for the second consecutive year, emerged state champions. We also kept the tradition alive with the perfect ending to a chapter we'll never forget by taking our final lap around the track. Soon after, we arrived at our final week of high school, senior week. A week that required a recipe that included activities, memories, and just the right pinch of chaos. Most notably were Soca Senior and Watermania, which started off as a simple fundraiser, but quickly escalated into what can only be described as a massacre you can only find in a bakery. Before long, eggs, flour, and a variety of other ingredients were flying through the air, none of which, I should add, were originally a part of the plan. Finally, we ended our year with Green Mass, where we passed the torch to our juniors as a farewell, a final goodbye. A bittersweet moment where we cherished our final days of high school together, and in the words of Dr. Seuss, soon came to the realization that sometimes you'll never know the true value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Yet, if there's one truth that stands tall above all these moments, it is that the passengers of the class of 2026 have put in the work, the time, and the effort to push through and make it to the finish line. We enjoyed the late night studying, last-minute planning of events, cramming before tests, stressing over coursework deadlines, and even our senior group chat turning into a war zone late at night over a heated debate regarding our senior plans. And while these moments may have felt overwhelming at the time, they now serve as a reminder of how far we have come and make this achievement even the more meaningful. As I reflect on our journey, I realize that my route to this stage was not a straight one. It began 14 years ago when my mom rushed me to the St. John's College office to take my entrance exam after dropping my brother off that same morning for his first day of kindergarten here. She discovered that the school had recently opened a K-3 class and could hardly contain her excitement. That same day, she bought my uniform at Sandy's, and the very next day, there I was, sitting in my then teacher, Mrs. Dawkins' class. Back then, I was more intrigued about swinging on the monkey bars on the playground and buying ice cream after school, rather than stressing over academics, embracing my leadership capabilities, and delivering speeches. Fast forward to 6th grade, and a random day in March that I will never forget. It was the one day that we were allowed to bring our phones to school for a social studies assignment, and filled with excitement, what seemed like an ordinary day quickly turned into one that would change our lives forever. As news of COVID-19 spread, none of us realized that when we walked out of those gates that very same day, we would not return to school until hybrid learning began in the 8th grade. The world changed overnight, but little by little, things began to get better. I can still vividly recall a few memories of virtual school. For example, when Kaylee was actually on her lawn participating in PE class, when the rest of us peeked our heads above the screen and waved our arms like we were doing jumping jacks. Or when I turned off my camera and fell asleep in Mr. Jackson's science class, and he called out my name numerous times until I woke up. And finally, when Kaisha took the school portion of virtual school a little bit too seriously and came dressed head to toe in full school uniform, while the rest of us rolled out of bed first thing that morning to log on to classes. Ladies and gentlemen, this class has been through it all. For some of us, this is our first ever in-person graduation ceremony. On top of that, we've endured sleepless nights, early mornings, sacrifices, setbacks, and many times when we just felt like giving up. But through it all, when there was doubt, we faced it all and stood tall. So for all 98 of us to be standing on this stage today before you all is an honor for which we will be forever grateful. Nonetheless, my classmates and I would have not made it this far down this road without the support system we had to lean on. First and foremost, we give the utmost thanks to our Father in heaven, who guided, protected, and supported us. We don't know what our future may hold, but we know who holds our future. To our teachers and mentors, who were there to hear our struggles and tend to our needs, we say thank you. Thank you for your investment in us and seeing our potential long before we could even see it ourselves. Thank you for the many lessons you taught us, for the ones most notably that extended far beyond the confines of the curriculum and that could never be found within a textbook. Your encouragement to us and belief in us will forever be appreciated. To our parents and families, thank you for being our biggest cheerleaders, for every sacrifice made so that we could have opportunities, every encouragement when we felt discouraged, every ride to school and extracurricular activities, and every prayer put forth for our achievement of greatness. We show with gratitude as this moment is just as equally as much as yours as it is ours. As I close, I want to leave with you all a few words, especially to the class of 2026. To the time we spent together, I say thank you. Thank you for our last ride together, and I pray protection and safety over you all as we embarked on our different routes. Leslie Odom Jr. once said, "I am the one thing in life I can control. I am inimitable. I am an original." Class of 2026, remember that you are in control of your journey. You are now the drivers, and you are on your own now. And as the big D-O-double-G, Snoop Dogg once said, stay humble. Never forget where you came from. Stay hungry, that fire inside your soul. Stay true. Always be real with yourself and the world. Because the world doesn't need no more copies. It needs originals. And trust me, ain't nobody else can do what you do like you do. Class of 2026, wherever your route may lead, never be afraid to recalculate. Never be afraid to embrace every opportunity, and never be afraid to be an original. Though our roads may now lead us in completely different directions, the memories we created together will travel with us forever. The destination ahead awaits for us all. May God bless you all. Thank you. Please welcome the class of 2026 as we perform our class song, followed by the introduction of our guest speaker, Mrs. Duranda Minor Springer, by our senior male prefect, Diathan Roll Davis.
I'm not what I used to be, said Jesus came inside of me, my Lord. I'm not what I used to be, said Jesus came inside of me, my Lord. I'm not we've come. Jesus came inside of me, my Lord. Mighty, mighty, mighty long way. We've come. Jesus came inside of me, a mighty, mighty, mighty long way. We've come. Jesus came inside of me, a mighty, mighty, mighty long way. A mighty, mighty, mighty long way. We've come. A mighty, mighty, mighty long way. We've come. A mighty, mighty, mighty long way. We've come. A mighty, mighty, mighty long way has brought us from a mighty
A pleasant good morning. Mistress Duranda Minus Springer was born to Durand Sr. and Glendina Minus. She is a proud alumna of St. John's College, class of 2006. She continued her studies at the College of the Bahamas, earning an associate's degree in law and criminal justice. Before obtaining a bachelor's degree of law from the University in England, she later received her legal education certificate from the Eugene DePuch Law School and was admitted to the Bahamas Bar. Throughout her legal career, Mistress Minus Springer has practiced in several areas of law, including corporate and commercial law, civil litigation, dispute resolution, banking and financial services, family law, real estate, securities, fintech, and regulatory affairs. In addition to her work as an attorney, she is an accomplished banking and compliance professional with more than 12 years of experience in the financial services industry. She holds multiple certificates in anti-money laundering and compliance, including the internationally recognized CAMS designation. Mrs. Minus Springer currently serves as Assistant Manager of the Anti-Money Laundering Analytics and Outreach Unit within the Bank Supervision Department at the Central Bank of the Bahamas. In this role, she represents the Bahamas both locally and internationally in the fight against money laundering, terrorist financing, and other financial crimes. Beyond her professional achievements, Mrs. Minus Springer is deeply committed to community service. She volunteers with numerous organizations, including the Bahamas Red Cross Society, the Community Legal Aid Program, CLAP, and several ministries at St. Barnabas Anglican Church. She also serves as an advisor to the board of the Rotaract Club of Nassau Sunset, having previously served as its president. A talented musician. She is a clarinetist with the St. Barnabas Anglican Church Marching Band, the St. John's College Alumni Junkanoo Group, and the Shell Saxon Superstars High Voltage Brass Group. Mistress Minus Springer is also an entrepreneur and founder of House of Yah, a business specializing in authentic African clothing and accessories. She is married to Mr. Rawls Springer, a St. John's College alumnus from the class of 2003. And together they are the proud parents of one son, Rowan. Please stand and welcome our speaker, Mrs. Duranda Minor Springer, whose commencement address will be followed by a selection by St. John's College Choir.
Good morning. Good giant morning. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Thank you very much for that introduction, Diathan. Did I say it correctly? Okay, Diathan. I heard your mommy was loud and clear. I stand a call that has already been established, but I would like to acknowledge the presence of several persons: Archbishop Leish Boyd, Principal McCartney, the ACEA board members, the staff and faculty of St. John's College, family and friends, my mother, Glendina Minus, who is here, my husband, Raul, my son, Rowan. Principal McCartney, if you hear any shouting, that is my 10-month-old son. Please do not stop the proceedings on his behalf. The Honorable Lincoln Deal, MP for Freetown, and his wife, the beautiful Beth Deal. Fellow alumni, visiting principals, vice principals, parents, guardians, support, and our VIP passengers, the class of 2026. "20 years ago, I sat where you all are sitting today. And so it is my esteemed pleasure to stand before you today as your guest speaker. I am indeed humbled and grateful. Today, we gather not just to reflect and celebrate the end of your high school career, but to honor the beginning of something far greater. The journey of your lives, Route 26, driven by dreams, fueled by purpose. Standing here, I see faces that have weathered, like the head boy said, COVID-19, midterms, coursework, BJCs, exams, projects, late night study sessions, chaos, sleepless nights, sacrifices, sports practices, competitions, tournaments, championships, countless college and university applications, BGCSEs, all while enduring moments of disappointments, challenges, doubt, fear, and uncertainty. Yet, you persevered. You remained resilient. Today, you simply did not just get to graduation, but you grew, you transformed, you matured, and you discovered pieces of yourselves that will carry you far beyond these walls with God's help. Why? Because you had a purpose and because you had a dream. By a show of hands, how many of you believe that you have changed in some way? I want you to reflect for a brief moment on the student that you were when you first came to St. John's compared to now. Awesome. Transformation, right? We often hear the word purpose, but what is it really? It is the compass that guides us. It is the why behind every decision we make. For some of you, purpose meant striving for academic excellence, becoming a prefect, obtaining a high score on your SATs, achieving great PGCSE results, being accepted into your dream college or university, or doing well in sports in order to get a sports scholarship. For years, your purpose has been rooted in structured learning, where you attended classes, completed assignments and exams, and absorbed knowledge carefully curated by your teachers. That structure gave you the foundation you needed, which taught you discipline, resilience, and the value of preparation. As a graduate, you are either pursue higher education or enter the workforce, and hence, the meaning of purpose shifts. It is no longer solely about structured learning, but it is about active creation. From this moment forward, you are not just students of knowledge. You are creators of ideas, builders of solutions, and architects of change. The world is waiting for your innovations, your voices, and your courage to shape the future. This transition is profound. Structured learning taught you what is. Now, active creation challenges you to imagine what could be. It asks you to take risks, embrace uncertainty, and to transform obstacles into opportunities. It is the difference between memorizing history and writing the next chapter. As you leave this great institution, remember that your education is not ending, but it is evolving. Every challenge you face will be a new classroom. Every collaboration will be a new lesson. And every success, no matter how small or big, will be proof that you are capable of creating something meaningful. So graduates, step forward with confidence. Carry the wisdom of structured learning, but let your purpose now be active creation. Build, innovate, inspire, and in doing so, leave a legacy that future generations will study, admire, and expand upon. Your purpose has already begun to shape the world around you, and it is the anchor that will keep you steady as you step into the unknown. Remember, if the purpose is the compass, then dreams are the fuel. Dreams ignite passion, spark innovation, and will push you beyond what you may think is possible or impossible. Dreams are not limited by circumstance and becomes unstoppable when you pair it with purpose. Think of the dreamers that have come before us. Their dreams were not merely fantasies, but they were blueprints for change. Your dreams matter, class of 2026. Whether you dream of becoming a journalist, an engineer, a psychiatrist, a nurse, a teacher, an electrician, or an entrepreneur, whatever you decide, those dreams are the energy that will propel you forward. They are the fire that transforms purpose into action. Class of 2026, when you leave these halls, remember that life will test you. While there will be accomplishments and opportunities, you will also face setbacks, failures, and moments that seems unclear. This is inevitable. But remember, those moments are not the end. They are the proving grounds of your purpose and the refining fire for your dreams. Carry with you the lessons learned here, the discipline of study, the courage to speak, the humility to listen, and the joys of friendship. These are not just memories, but they are tools for the future. Today is not just a celebration of what you have achieved. You are driven by your purpose, fueled by your dreams, and destined to leave your mark on the world. As I close, there are 3 things I want you to know, if you don't remember anything else. 1, pray. Never underestimate the power of keeping God at the center of your life. Pray about everything. There will be moments when your talent, your intelligence, your intellect, your determination, your results, your grades are not simply enough. In those moments, that is where your faith will carry you. 2, it is you versus you. Do not compare your journey, your route, to anyone else's. Social media, IG, for the people who don't know what IG is, Instagram, and TikTok, while it is glamorous, very glamorous, it often highlights happiness, but unfortunately, it is not a standard reality. And they can attest to that, I'm sure. I'm sure all of them have some accounts. Focus on becoming a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. 3, never count yourself out. No matter what happens after today, never count yourself out. Not after a rejection, not after a failure, not after a mistake, not even after you have the worst day in your life. Why? Because there is something powerful, and I'm not preaching, but there is something powerful about tomorrow. It arrives with possibilities that today cannot see. Do not dwell on the past. Stay grounded. Keep going. Keep journeying. Keep believing. The world has not yet seen everything you are capable of becoming. And so as you exit Route 26, walk boldly into tomorrow. Let your purpose guide you. Let your dreams sustain you. And let your actions inspire those who follow you. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you.
We now invite the chairman of the Anglican Central Education Authority to the stage, Dean Retired Harry Bain. Okay, the Bishop's Prize for the best BGCSE result from the class of 2025 is Donald Sanders II. Okay, you block them there. Okay, the students that will receive the certificate for pass, we have Logan Lockey, pass. Logan also receives a certificate of participation for the Audio Visual Club. Asia Moss, pass. Zachary Thompson. Zachary received the certificate pass, prefect. Zachary receives a certificate for participation for the school band and St. Ambrose Guild. Credit. Nia Essen Demerit. Credit. Nia Essence received the award for Most Improved Student. She also received a certificate of participation for the softball and the basketball team. Gordon Scott. Gordon receives the certificate with credit. He also received a certificate of participation for the Eco Club and the track and field team. Aisa Murphy. Isis Murphy. She received the certificate credit. She also received a certificate of participation for the Bahamas Host Program. Joseph Ferguson, credit. Joseph received the Subject Award for Physical Education. He also received a certificate of participation for the Drama Club. Sanjay Rami, certificate credit. Alana Colmer, she received the certificate credit. She also received a certificate of participation for the GEMS Club. Danielle Porter, credit. Nathan Bullitt receives a certificate credit. He also received a certificate of participation for the basketball team. Vivian Allen, credit. She receives the Victor Ladorum Award. He also receives a certificate of participation for the basketball team. Jasmine Bryce, credit. She received a certificate of participation for the baseball team. Navia Moxie, credit. Navia received a certificate of participation for the baseball and the basketball team. Jalen Nichols, credit. Jalen receives a certificate of participation for volleyball. Adrian Dean, credit. Thomas Woodside's credit. Thomas receives a certificate of participation for the soccer team. Caden Gibson, credit. Nina Simone Demerit, credit. She receives a certificate of participation for the Nursing Cadet Program and the Drama Club. Christopher Collins, credit. Krista receives certificate of participation for the Eco Club. Joshua Kerr, credit. Prefect certificate. Joshua receives a certificate of participation for the St. Ambrose Guild. Mark Gibson, credit. He receives a certificate of participation for the soccer team. Alexis Lewis, credit. Gulfrey Brown, credit. Gulfrey receives a certificate of participation for the track and field team. He is a recipient of a $56,000 scholarship from Barry University. These students will be receiving the certificate of special credit. DeMarco Davis, special credit. DeMarco receives a certificate of participation for the soccer team and the track and field team. Locra Gift Cox, special credit. Keon Turner, special credit. Sanaya Roberts, special credit. She receives a certificate of participation for the Bahamas Host Program. Gator, special credit. Darrell receives a certificate of participation for the softball team, the baseball team. She also is the recipient of a $112,000 scholarship from Johnson and Wales. Kodai Johnson, special credit. Kodai receives a certificate of participation for the soccer team. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Dixon to the podium. Mr. Dixon.
Thank you, Mr. Ferguson. Pleasant good morning. Chloe Bastian, special credit. Chloe receives a certificate of participation for the softball team and Bahama host. Fallon Ferguson, special credit. Fallon receives a certificate of participation for the softball team, audiovisual club, and the school band. Tanaya McDonald, special credit. Tanaya receives a certificate of participation for the Key Club. Brian Beneby Jr., special credit. Prefect. Brian receives a certificate of participation for the school band. He is a recipient of scholarships from Prairie View A&M University, South Carolina State University, St. Benedict College, Texas Southern University, the Grambling State University, Benedict College, and Bethune-Cookman, totaling $312,800. Barry Miller, special credit. Barry receives a certificate of participation for the Bahama Host Program. Raven Lewis, special credit. Raven receives the Victrix Ludorum Award for the most outstanding female athlete. She also receives a certificate of participation for the baseball team and the basketball team. Jamal Pratt, special credit. Jamal receives a certificate of participation for the Key Club. Jaden Davis, special credit. Jaden receives a certificate of participation for the track and field team. Caden McKenzie, special credit. Prefect. Caden receives a certificate of participation for the track and field team. Brendan Camp Jr., special credit. Brendan receives a certificate of participation for the Key Club. Coran Jennings, special credit. Coran receives a certificate of participation for the Eco Club. Tyler Pratt, special credit. Tyler receives a certificate of participation for the baseball team and Bahama host. Jade Clare, special credit. Jade receives a subject award for food and nutrition. She also receives a certificate of participation for the Key Club. Jade is a recipient of the following scholarships: Montana State, $20,000. Oral Roberts, $72,000. Drake University, $108,000. Florida Tech, $48,000. Ontario Tech, $57,000. NYIT, $80,000. And Colorado State, $72,000. Darren Moultrie, special credit. Darren receives a certificate of participation for the baseball team and the basketball team. Thank you, Dean Harry Bain. We now welcome Mr. Alfonso Major Jr., Director of Education, the Anglican Central Education Authority. Braden Bryce, special credit. Braden receives a certificate of participation for the soccer team. Tayden Sands, special credit. Tayden receives a certificate of participation for the baseball team, Key Club, and the basketball team. Kyra McPhee, special credit. Prefect. Kyra receives the Senior Master Award for Outstanding Male Prefect. He also receives a certificate of participation for the track and field team and Bahama host. Tiano Murray, special credit. Tiano receives a certificate of participation for the Key Club. Issa Strawn, special credit. Prefect. Issa receives the Perseverance Award. She also receives a certificate of participation for the Key Club. Alanja Miller, special credit. Alanja receives the Award for Outstanding Choir Member 2026 and a certificate of participation for the SJC Choir. Kaylee Walker, special credit. Prefect. Kaylee receives a certificate of participation for the school band, SJC Choir, dance troupe, and the Bahama host. Elijah Fernanda, special credit. Prefect. Elijah receives a certificate of participation for the soccer team. Rashawn Lamore, special credit. Rashawn receives the Subject Award for Electrical Installation. He also receives a cert participation for the soccer team. Chloe Walters, special credit. Prefect. Chloe receives a certificate of participation for the Eco Club and the track and field team. Kenya McPhee, special credit. Kenya receives a certificate of participation for the Eco Club, Marine Science Club, and the Key Club. Dion Roll, special credit. Prefect. Dion receives a certificate of participation for the Eco Club, Audiovisual Club, GEMS, SJC Choir, Dance Troupe, and the Key Club. Kamani Claire, special credit. Kamani receives the Canon Dudley and Mrs. Sheila Strawn Award for outstanding SAT scores. He is a recipient of a full scholarship from Jacksonville University. Alyssa Burrows, special credit. Alyssa receives the Subject Award for Economics. She also receives a certificate of participation for the volleyball team, Maritz Club, and the Key Club. Diathan Roll Davis, special credit. Senior Prefect. Diathan receives Principal Award for General Conduct and the Chaplain Award for Christian Character and Values. He also receives a certificate of participation from the Eco Club, Audiovisual Club, School Band, and the Key Club. Marvin Sands. Marvin Sands, special credit. Marvin receives a certificate of participation for the soccer team, track and field team, and Bahama hosts, and the University of Missouri for the $2,000. Amia Dames, special credit. Ariana Bouchard, special credit. Raraji Russell, special credit. Raraji receives a certificate of participation for the GEMS. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our senior mistress, Ms. Hutchison, to the stage.
Thank you, Mr. Dixon. Leah Whitehead, special credit. Leah receives a certificate of participation for the Drama Club. Kanijah Ferguson, special credit. Kanijah receives a certificate of participation for the Woodworking Club and has received totaling $115,520. Talon Maki, special credit. Talon receives a certificate of participation for the volleyball team. He is the recipient of the Travis Robinson fully funded aviation scholarship. Empress Brennan, special credit. Empress received a certificate of participation for softball, marine science, school band, and GEMS. Lazaria Johnson, special credit. Lazaria receives a certificate of participation for the choir, Key Club, and she has totaled $75,000 in scholarships among several schools. Dara Archer, special credit. Dara receives the Subject Award for Graphical Communication. She also receives a certificate of participation for GEMS. Valentina Knowles, special credit. Valentina receives the Subject Award for Food and Nutrition, Religious Studies, receives a certificate of participation for Eco Club and Key Club. Raven Ross, special credit. Senior Prefect. Raven receives the Principal's Award for General Conduct, the School Board Award for School Spirit. She also receives a certificate of participation for Eco Club, C Club, GEMS, and the Dance Troupe. Distinction. Liara Gilbert. Distinction. Prefect. Liara receives the Emerald Club Award. She also receives a certificate of participation for Eco Club, C Club, GEMS, Key Club, Debate Team. Liara is the recipient of a Presidential Scholarship from Drake University, Merit Scholarship from St. John's University, and a $38,000 scholarship from St. Benedict. Amber Williams, distinction. Amber receives the Emerald Club Award and the award for Outstanding Choir Member 2026. She also receives a certificate of participation for the Drama Club and SJC Choir. Aiden Miller, distinction, prefect. Aiden receives the Emerald Club Award. He also receives a certificate of participation for the Marine Science Club and Key Club. Aiden is the recipient of scholarships from the University of Ottawa and Long Island University. Morgan Mears, distinction, prefect. Morgan receives the Emerald Club Award and the Cleome E. Woods Award for Outstanding Character. She also receives the Subject Award for English Language, C Club, School Band, GEMS, and Dance Troupe certificates. Emmanuel Culmer, distinction. Emmanuel receives the Emerald Club Award. He receives a certificate of participation for the baseball team, and he is the recipient of a full scholarship from Emporia State University. Fact. Saria receives the Emerald Club Award. She also receives a certificate of participation for track and field and Key Club. Saria is the recipient of a presidential scholarship from Drake University. Anna Butler, distinction, prefect. Anna receives the Emerald Club Award, certificate for participation for Eco Club, Track and Field, and Key Club. Nashara Flowers, distinction. Prefect. Nashara receives the Emerald Club Award. She also receives a certificate of participation for the dance troupe, and Nashara is the recipient of a $6,000 scholarship from Langston University. Falaje Theophilus. Distinction, prefect. Valaje receives the Emerald Club Award. She also receives a certificate of participation for Eco Club and Key Club. She is the recipient of a $152,000 scholarship from St. Bernard St. John, $48,000 from Nova Southeastern, $70,000 from the University of the Ozarks, $132,000 from Drake University, and $44,000 from Virginia Commonwealth University. Martique Thompson, distinction. Martique receives the Emerald Club Award. She also receives a certificate of participation for the Bahama Host program. Alice Christina Clare. Distinction, prefect. Alice Christina receives the Emerald Club Award and the Subject Award for Tourism and Hospitality Studies. She receives certificates for Eco Club, Key Club, and the Bahama Host program. Angela Sands, distinction, prefect. Angela receives the Emerald Club Award and the Elocution and Speech Award. She also receives a certificate of participation for Eco Club, School Band, GEMS, Choir, and the debate team. Shamar Cash, distinction, prefect. Shamar receives the Emerald Club Award and the Vice Principal Award for Deportment. He also receives the Subject Award for Music. Shamar receives a certificate for School Band and Drama Club. Thompson, distinction, prefect. Hannah receives the Emerald Club Award, the Knowles Family Award of Industry and Entrepreneurship, Subject Award for Chemistry, Certificate for Eco Club, Softball, Woodworking, and Key Club, Scholarships, $25,000 from Drexel University, $29,000 from Drake, $23,000 from Christian Brother University, and $16,000 from the Florida Institute of Technology. Shaylon Rose, distinction. Shaylon receives an Emerald Club Award. He received certificates for participation in volleyball, and he has been accepted into 9 colleges with over $81,000 in scholarships. Divinity Bow, distinction, prefect, Emerald Club Award, certificates for marine science, C Club, dance troupe, and Key Club. She is the recipient of the following scholarships: Albion College, $201 and $880,000. Drake University, $134,000. St. John and St. Ben, $192,000. Drexel University, $140,000. Hofstra University, $108,000. University of Missouri St. Louis, $129,840. Ohio Northern University, $120,000. Gannon University, $150,000, $952. Georgia State, $80,000. Barry University, $72,000. Lynn University, $116,000. Sequisney University, $120,000. And finally, Fisher College at $81,400. Madison Cartwright, distinction. Madison receives an Emerald Club Award. Thank you, Mr. Major. I now invite the Red Reverend and Right Honorable Bishop H.C. Boyd to the stage. Please welcome him as he comes. Top 10. Brent Albury, distinction, proficiency, head boy, receives the Emerald Club Award. He also receives a certificate of participation for Eco Club, Key Club, debate team. He receives the following scholarships: Hudson Tillotson University, Drake University, $116,000. Loyola University, $104,000. College of St. Ben and St. John, $152,000. Colorado State University, $72,000. Wright State University, $40,000, and several others. And he was also one of our honorees in the Alpha Phi Alpha Honors Day. Gianni Roll, distinction, proficient. Gianni receives the Emerald Club Award and the Senior Mistress Award for Outstanding Female Prefect. She also receives the Subject Award for AP Language, certificates for volleyball, marine science, and Key Club. Gianni is the recipient of the following scholarships: $47,000 from University of Missouri, $112,000 from Loyola University, Chicago, $10,000 from Carleton University, $65,000 from Texas State University, and $30,000 from the University of Guelph. Caden Cartwright, distinction, proficiency, prefect. Caden receives the Emerald Club Award and the subject for AP Language and Bookkeeping and Accounts. He also receives a certificate of participation for the Eco Club and the Key Club. Caden is the recipient of a presidential scholarship from Drake University. Quadisha Brown, distinction, proficiency, prefect. Quadisha receives the Emerald Club Award and the Subject Award for Art and Design and Commerce. She also receives a certificate of participation in marine science, nursing cadets, Z Club, and Key Club. She is the recipient of a $34,000 scholarship from the University of St. Louis and $47,000 scholarship from University of Missouri. Kia McDonald, distinction, proficiency, prefect. Kia receives the Emerald Club Award. She also receives the Subject Award for Advanced Economics and AP Psychology. Kia receives a Certificate of Participation in Eco Club, Woodworking Club, Key Club, and her scholarships total $600,000 over the 4-year period. Orico Thalusma. Distinction, Proficiency, Deputy Head Boy. Orico receives the Emerald Club Award and Subject Award for Office Procedures. Orico receives a certificate for participation for the Eco Club, Key Club, and Debate Team. He is the recipient of the following scholarships: $128,000 from St. John's University, $116,000 from Drake University, and $108,000 from DePaul University. I got you. Kaisha Andrews. Distinction, Proficiency, Head Girl. Kaisha receives the Emerald Club Award, the Bishop Gilbert Thompson Award for Citizenship, the School Board Award for School Spirit. She also receives the Subject Award for Commerce, Information Technology, and Mathematics. Kaisha receives a Certificate of Participation for the Track and Field Team, School Band, GEMS, and St. John's College Choir. She is the recipient of a $33,500 scholarship from Drake University. Felice Jones. Distinction, Proficiency, Prefect. Felice receives the Emerald Club Award. She also receives the Subject Awards for AP Language, French, Geography, and Physics. She receives certificates of participation for Eco Club and the volleyball team. She is the recipient of the following scholarships: Florida Tech, $56,000, Stony Brook University, $60,000, and George Mason, $72,000. And she is the salutatorian for the class of 2026. I apologize. Yeah, I apologize. Come here, please. I can do my big one. Hold on. I'm trying to figure right in over there. Thank you. Tiasha Monroe. Salutatorian. There you go. Distinction, Proficiency, Deputy Head Girl. Tiasha receives the Emerald Club Award. She also receives the Subject Awards for English Literature and Spanish. Tiasha receives a Certificate of Participation for the Eco Club, GEMS, and Key Club, and she has already been accepted into the University of Bahamas for the fall 2026. And that is our salutatorian. Thank you for being here. You're supposed to be. Amanda Delholm, valedictorian. Distinction, Proficiency, Prefect. Amanda receives the Emerald Club Award and Vice Principal Award for Deportment. She also receives the Subject Awards for AP Language, Biology, Clothing Construction, and History. Amanda receives a Certificate of Participation for the Nursing Cadets Program, School Band, the SHC Choir, and the Key Club. She is the recipient of the following scholarships: McMaster University, $12,000, Drake University, $31,500 annually, Wright State University, $10,000 annually, University of Minnesota Twin Cities, $10,000 annually, William Patterson University, $14,000 annually, Philander Smith University, full tuition scholarship, and a presidential scholarship from Drake University. And she was also our honoree in the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Honors Day. Thank you, Bishop Boyd, for your time up here today. Miss Smith, the Loyalty Award. They right there. Right there. And once again, congratulations to the class of 2026 graduates. At this time, I call Mr. Quinn McCartney, principal of St. John's College, to the stage. Come on, say for what? Come on, say for what? Huh? Yeah, they went up, they got them. Okay, Mr. I don't know. All right, so at this time, we take this portion to celebrate those parents, our loyalty and legacy students who have been with us from day one. That's students who attended St. John's College from either pre-K, kindergarten, or grade 1. So parents, when I call your name, I ask you to come as quickly as possible. Divinity Bow, that's Delma and Raquel Bow. Brenda's next. All right. Brent Albury. Mr. and Mrs. Albury. Braden Bryce, the parents of Braden Bryce. Anna Butler. Shamar Cash. Jade Claire. Christopher Collins. Listen to me. Lazaria Johnson. Felice Jones. Rashawn Lamar. Kia McDonald. Tiaja Monroe. Okay. Chiani Roll. Valaje Theophilus. And Liara Gilbert. Amber Williams. That's fine. And it'll be in the frame. Once again, thank you for entrusting your children to us. And at this time, I call Tiaja Monroe. Who's that? That's why. Yeah. Thank you, sir. That's it. Okay. It would be remiss of me if I do not mention that the class of 2026 was sponsored by DC Technology. Each one of them in their pocket have a gift certificate ranging from $25 to $200 for DC Technology. And that is from Mr. Keith Pyfrom from the class of 1976. Thank you, Mr. Pyfrom. And he also donated 2 solar fans to St. John's College. We are going green, they say. Now, I invite and I welcome Ms. Tiasha Monroe, Deputy Head Girl and Salutatorian, for the vote of thanks. Let's stop in here, right? Yes, ma'am. I put it there.
Good morning, everyone. As we bring this memorable commencement exercise to a close, it is my distinct privilege, on behalf of the graduating class of 2026, to express our sincere gratitude to the many individuals whose presence, support, and contributions have made this occasion possible. First and foremost, we give praise to Almighty God for His grace, guidance, protection, and countless blessings throughout our educational journey. We acknowledge His faithfulness in bringing us to this significant milestone and for sustaining us every step of the way. We extend our deepest appreciation to the Right Reverend and Right Honorable Bishop Leish C. Boyd and Mistress Boyd, Dean Ametrius Harry Bain, Director of Education, Mr. Alfonso Major Jr., Deputy Director of Education, Mistress Leilani Burrows, and the members of the Anglican Central Education Authority for their continued leadership, vision, and commitment to Anglican education throughout the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands. To our principal, Mr. Quinn McCartney, Vice Principals, Mr. G. Leon Mars, and Mr. Sharice Evans, Chaplain and Dean of Students, Father Peter Ferguson, our senior assistants, faculty, staff, and support personnel, thank you for your unwavering dedication to our growth and development. Your commitment to excellence has challenged us to reach beyond our limits, discover our potential, and become the best versions of ourselves. We also wish to recognize the members of the graduation committee, Ms. Urisa Hutchison, Chairperson, Mistress Regina Hunt Roll, Mr. Nicholas Sweden, Mr. Glenroy Dixon, Mr. Franz Brown, Mistress J. Smith, Mistress Arnett Roll, Ms. Morris, Mr. Knowles, Mistress Aklamanu, Mr. Joshua Cartwright, and Ms. C. Jajelgi. Thank you for your leadership, dedication, teamwork, and countless hours of planning that helped bring this commencement exercise to fruition. Your collective efforts have made today's celebration both meaningful and memorable for the class of 2026. We extend our sincere appreciation to the St. John's College School Board, the Parent-Teacher Association, and the Alumni Association for their continued support of our school, its programs, and its students. Your investment in this institution helps to create opportunities that allow students like us to learn, grow, and succeed. We offer heartfelt thanks to our distinguished commencement speaker, Mistress Duranda Minus Springer, proud alumna of the class of 2006. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you for returning to your alma mater to share your wisdom, experiences, and words of encouragement. Your message has inspired us as we prepare to embark upon the next chapter of our lives and reminded us of the possibilities that await us beyond these walls. To our parents, guardians, grandparents, relatives, and loved ones, words cannot adequately express our gratitude. Thank you for every sacrifice made, every prayer offered, every word of encouragement spoken, and every act of support shown throughout our journey. You celebrated our successes, strengthened us through our challenges, and believed in us even when we doubted ourselves. This achievement belongs to you as much as it does to us. Thank you. To our friends, supporters, and well-wishers, thank you for joining us in celebrating this milestone. Your presence has added to the joy and significance of this occasion, and we are grateful to share this special day with you. Finally, to my fellow graduates, the class of 2026, congratulations! Today marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Together, we have navigated years of learning, growth, challenges, and triumphs. We have formed friendships, created lasting memories, and developed the skills and character that will carry us forward into the future. As our theme reminds us, Route 26, driven by dreams, fueled by purpose. We now continue our journey with confidence, determination, and hope. May our dreams continue to inspire us, our purpose continue to guide us, and our faith continue to sustain us as we strive to make meaningful contributions to our communities, our nation, and our world. Thank you all for sharing in this joyous celebration. May God continue to bless St. John's College, the class of 2026, and our beloved Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Please stand as we welcome the Right Reverend and Right Honorable Bishop Leish C. Boyd, who will bring the remarks and benediction, which will be followed by the school hymn and benediction. Thank you. Just the school hymn.
Please be seated while we take a photograph.
We won't tarry long. Kia McDonald, please come.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Director, Mr. Principal, Madam Guest Speaker, special guests, and brothers and sisters, good afternoon. Amidst all that is happening in our world, today is a celebration of the fact that there are still good and positive things happening with our young people. Graduates, congratulations. And let us be reminded that the work of education and nurture must continue in the schools, supported by parents, but everywhere we go in this global village of ours, we must seek to make a positive impact. That means that all of us are examples. All of us are examples. And all of us have an opportunity to make a difference in someone's life. So we thank God for today, all that today means. And we ask God to bless us and strengthen us as we carry on with life's journey. Amen? Please stand for the benediction. Please be quiet for the benediction. The Lord be with you. Let us pray. Blessed, praised, and adored, O Father, be your name, and the name of your Son, and the name of your Holy Spirit, now and forevermore. Go in peace and serve the Lord.
Dignitaries will now recess as we wait on them to leave. All right, teachers, you are free to leave. And now at this time, the graduates will recess from the stage for the last time as students of St. John's College. Thank you for being here with us today. It's been a wonderful day. It was fun, but now we have to run. And thank you for entrusting your child or children to us. somebody could move the liquor?